Hello, and welcome to the Lighthouse Brand Builders podcast. I'm Peter Wilkin, and I'm here to help you build differentiated, enduring brands and thriving businesses. It's not really a podcast. It's more a series of strategic insights, stories, and secrets of success from a lifetime's career in advertising, brand consulting, and change management. The thread that binds them is brand-centered management, the trademark brand building process and philosophy I developed with my partners at the brand company over 20 years ago, that's since been embraced by thousands of brand professionals and some of the world's most iconic brands. The 4Ds process and brand DNAs have become well known in brand strategy circles. The focus here is practical advice you can apply straight away to your business. It gives you a glimpse inside the Lighthouse Brand Strategy Academy, our online coaching program, where we aim to democratize effective brand strategy. So come with me, take a step inside the virtual lighthouse. Welcome.
What can you tell us about the Lipton Ice Tea ad campaign?
Lipton Ice Tea was an Ogilvy client. This is Ogilvy in the Philippines. It was an ad that was supposed to follow standard process of ad production to launch Lipton Ice Tea in the Philippines, which was a kind of global rollout. And, I should start this story where kind of really came in, where it started getting noticed when, if anyone's familiar with the ad world or the old ad world as it was then, the big international clients had international brand managers at the global headquarters of wherever the global headquarters were for that brand. In this case, for Unilever, it was a Dutch and British, based organization, and it was headquartered in the UK. And I got a call from our Ogilvy regional head of Unilever. And these were powerful people, by the way. Unilever around the globe was a multi-million dollar client. And so they would kind of use this organization within the agency to kind of control and police things. And so I got this call from a rather sheepish, and I knew the guy really well and I liked him, but he said, Peter, I don't know what to say. You've got the lowest score ranking that anyone's ever had from Unilever. and I said, and this was for the Lipton Ice Tea ad that we'd just done for them. Yeah. And I said, well, okay, well, that's good news. And he said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, at least it's not that mushy middle ground monkey's chance of, we don't really like it, but, we're going to give you 2.5 out of 5 or, 3 or 4 out of 10. It was like a firm.
It's evoking some kind of reaction.
Exactly. It was a firmly, I said 1 out of 5. You can't mistake this. The person who was giving us this review clearly hated it. And I said, it's literally just gone out there. Let's see how it does. One of us is wrong. And basically, this was an ad that we had produced with a young Unilever team from Ogilvy Philippines. Again, it was this very edgy, out-and-out creative shop. And typically, Unilever, like P&G and some of the others, Nestle, had quite rigid formula for producing marketing communications and advertising. And, they would have a piece of paper with a list of 20 things to do and right down to prescriptive details on how big the logo should be and where it should be represented in the bottom right-hand corner and how long it should hold for and voiceovers. It was incredibly prescriptive. So, being the agency we were, we scrumpled that rule book up, threw it in the bin and said, we're not doing any of this. We're going to do it completely differently. And so instead of kind of communicating a product unique proposition in a talking head kind of rational demonstration way, instead of following these rigid protocols, we zigged, went the complete opposite way. We hired this really radical then a rap singer called Ice Tea, who was huge at the time, to do the backing track to this commercial, which broke all the kind of established Lipton rules. It featured this beautiful girl from Ipanema, like sexy girl in a short skirt, shot from the waist down so you could see these beautiful legs, walking an iguana down the street to the sound of Ice Tea going, "Read my lips. Lipton Ice Tea. And
Wow.
you can imagine the kind of reaction. That wasn't what people were expecting from an iced tea commercial at all. And of course, there were beautiful refreshment shots of the product and things like that, but they were nothing like the kind of talking head standards that people had come to expect of that category. What did I just see, kind of thing?
Yeah.
And of course, we had this very conservative client, and he was a super nice guy, actually, very smart, but a very analytical thinker, and would come back with reams of research and numbers and a rules orientation guy. And of course, he was absolutely shocked, that he had partly allowed us to get that far without really knowing and do it. His boss, by the way, I was even a greater friend with, and we had a bit of a giggle with over a beer afterwards. Thank you for listening to the Lighthouse Brand Builders podcast. If you found this helpful and want to know more, please visit my website at peterwilkin.com. That's Wilkin with an E at the end. You'll find more free resources, instructional videos, and links there. If you're a CEO or a business owner looking to build your brand, or a brand strategist looking to level up your skills, check out the CBO Masterclass in the Lighthouse Brand Strategy Academy, where you'll be guided through a comprehensive, stepwise process to develop your unique brand DNA and learn the skills to become a certified Chief Brand Officer. If you have any brand or strategy related questions you'd like answered, you can ask them in the showcase notes below. I'll do my best to address them. Thank you, and see you next.